If you have attended boarding school in Nigerian or perhaps a story lover, you must have heard of Madame Koi Koi, but here is actually the full story of what happened to her. Amanda, a student, was enrolled at St. Jude's Academy. It was a Catholic boarding school. The iron gates of St. Jude's Academy closed behind Amanda with a heavy metallic thud. It felt less like a place of learning and more like a prison. The compound was unnaturally quiet. Even the mango trees stood still as if they were afraid to make a sound. Amanda carried her metal box to the dormitory, feeling the weight of 100 eyes on her. The senior students did not smile. They watched her with blank faces, judging her uniform and her timid walk. The Mother Superior had welcomed her with a lecture on silence, but the silence here felt heavy, like the air before a thunderstorm. That night, sleep did not bring rest. Amanda found herself standing in a dream, trapped in a long, endless corridor. At the far end, a shadow moved. It was a woman, tall and rigid. She did not walk normally. She dragged her left foot, struggling to move forward. Koi, koi, koi. Amanda woke up gasping, her heart hammering against her ribs. The dormitory was dark. The ceiling fan spun slowly above her. She told herself it was just a nightmare, just the nerves of a new school. Then she heard it. From the concrete walkway outside, a sound cut through the night. It was slow. It was deliberate. Koi, koi, koi. A long pause. Koi, koi, koi. The next day, the sun was bright, but the school felt cold. Amanda sat in class, but her mind was not on her books. She watched the senior girls in the back row. They were loud and careless. The ringleader was a girl named Jessica. She was known for stealing provisions from junior students and making them kneel on harsh stones for minor mistakes. Jessica laughed too loudly. She acted as if she owned the school. That night, the dormitory lights went out at 9 o'clock. Amanda lay awake. She gripped her blanket tightly. Around midnight, she heard the creak of a bed frame. Jessica was sneaking out. It was common for the boldest seniors to leave the dormitory to meet friends or break rules near the staff quarters. Minutes passed in silence. Then the rhythm returned. Koi, koi, koi. It was closer this time. The sound echoed against the bathroom tiles. It was the sound of wood hitting concrete. Koi, koi, koi. Suddenly, a scream cut through the darkness. It was short, like a candle flame being blown out. Then came the sound of something heavy being dragged across the rough floor. In the morning, Jessica's bed was empty. Her plastic bucket was overturned in the hallway. A single red scratch marked the wall above it. There was no blood. The air simply smelled of old perfume and damp earth. The terror had truly begun. The morning bell rang, but it sounded more like a warning than a call to prayer. The students gathered in the assembly hall, rows of white and blue uniforms standing stiffly. The air was thick with whispers about Jessica, but they died down instantly when Mother Superior walked onto the stage. She stood tall and rigid. Her habit was perfectly ironed, without a single wrinkle. She did not look like a woman who was worried about a missing child. She looked like a soldier defending a fortress. She adjusted the microphone, her face calm and unreadable. Jessica has been sent home for urgent family matters, Mother Superior announced. Her voice was smooth, her face calm and unreadable. She left early this morning. Do not let me hear idle gossip. This institution is built on discipline and holiness. Rumors are a sin. Amanda looked around. She saw the fear in the eyes of the other girls. They knew Jessica's parents lived in Lagos 6 hours away. No one left that early without packing her box or saying goodbye. The lie was plain, sitting heavy in the room. Pray for her, Mother Superior added, but her eyes were cold. And pray for yourselves. Silence is a virtue. The assembly was dismissed. As the girls marched back to class, the teachers stood by the walls like guards. They were not there to protect the students. They were there to protect the lie. The school was closing its ranks. The rains came heavy that week, drumming loudly on the zinc roofs of the classrooms. The noise masked the sounds of the night, but it could not hide the absences in the morning. 2 nights after Jessica vanished, her friends Bola and Chidima were gone. These were girls who struck fear into the hearts of the juniors, known for seizing provisions and slapping younger students for sport. Panic began to crack the school's strict mask. Students whispered in the dining hall, eyes darting to the empty seats. They said Bola had been heard begging for forgiveness in the dark before she was silenced. They said the sound of the single heel was getting louder, echoing not just in the corridors, but inside the dormitories. Mother Superior did not call the police. Instead, she called a general assembly. She paced the stage, her rosary beads clacking against her side. She declared that the missing girls were rebellious runaways who had fled to town to meet boys. She ordered the gates locked and the fences checked. "We will not let their sins stain our reputation," she declared. But Amanda saw the Mother Superior's hands shaking as she held the microphone. The authorities were not investigating a crime, they were burying one. The school was a cage and something was inside it with them, picking out the wicked one by one. The answer to the mystery lay buried deep in the dust of 1974. In those days, St. Jude's was a place of high prestige, but rot was already growing beneath the surface. The school employed a teacher named Miss Adana. She was a woman of iron principles in a country that was beginning to lose its way. She did not smile often, and she could not be bribed by rich parents who wanted their daughters to pass exams they had failed. Her signature was a pair of bright red heels. When she walked the corridors during prep, the rhythm was fast, sharp, and complete. Coing, coing, coing. It was the sound of order. 2 heels striking the ground with purpose. One Friday night, Miss Adana stayed late to mark papers. The compound was supposed to be locked, but she saw lights near the back gate. A black Mercedes was parked in the shadows. She watched as the principal led 2 trembling senior students toward the car. Inside sat men who appeared powerful, big men who believed they were above God. Miss Adana did not hide. She stepped into the light, her red heels ringing against the stone. She blocked the path and demanded answers. She did not know that by speaking the truth, she had signed her own death warrant. The silence of the school was shattered by the sound of struggle. The men did not hesitate. They were hired to protect secrets, not to respect teachers. They grabbed Miss Adana, their rough hands bruising her arms. She fought with the strength of a woman defending her own children, kicking and screaming into the dark, humid air. As they dragged her toward the waiting vehicle, her left foot caught on the jagged edge of the open drainage gutter. The red shoe, her symbol of dignity, was ripped from her foot. It tumbled into the deep darkness of the drain, lost in the black mud and dry leaves. She was shoved into the car with only one shoe on. The heavy door slammed shut, cutting off her final protest. The Mercedes sped away, leaving only tire marks and a lingering cloud of dust. By morning, the cover-up was complete. The Mother Superior stood before the assembly and announced that Miss Adana had been transferred to a remote village in the north. Her room was already cleared. Her name was scrubbed from the timetable. No police came, no questions were asked. But deep in the drainage by the back gate, a single red heel lay hidden, waiting for the owner who would never return alive. Back in the present, The school was on lockdown. The Mother Superior had ordered all doors bolted, but locks made of iron cannot stop a spirit born of blood. Amanda found herself trapped in the hallway after the lights flickered and died. The air turned freezing cold. The smell of wet earth and copper filled the corridor. Then she saw her. The figure emerged from the shadows. She was impossibly tall, wearing a tattered blouse from a different decade. Her face was hidden by long, matted hair, but her feet were visible in the moonlight. The right foot wore a bright red shoe, perfectly preserved and shining in the gloom. The left foot was bare, the skin grey and peeling, hovering just above the floor. Going, going, going. Amanda pressed her back against the cold wall, her breath trapped in her throat. She closed her eyes and whispered a prayer, waiting for the cold hand of death. The footsteps grew louder, heavier, until the smell of the grave was overwhelming. The sound stopped directly in front of her. For a terrifying moment, there was total silence. Amanda felt a freezing chill brush against her cheek, but no hand grabbed her, no scream tore from her throat. Going, going, going. The sound continued past her. Amanda opened her eyes. The spirit was moving away down the corridor, heading straight for the administrative block. She was not hunting students anymore. She was heading towards the Mother Superior's office. The spirit did not want the innocent. She wanted the people who kept the secrets. She wanted the debt paid. The next morning, the bell did not ring. The students found Mother Superior in her office. She was not sitting in her high chair of authority. She was huddled under her heavy mahogany desk, her eyes wide open, staring at something only she could see. Her heart had stopped, but her face was frozen in a scream that never made a sound. The school board arrived quickly, their luxury cars blocking the gate. By noon, a new lie was told. Mother Superior had passed away peacefully in her sleep due to long-standing health issues. The reputation of St. Jude's had to be protected. The police were never called. The file on Miss Adana remained closed. Amanda was transferred by her parents a week later, but she knew the truth. The school did not close. It simply grew colder. New students arrived, innocent and unaware, stepping into a history they did not understand. But the curse was not broken. The heel was never found. The debt was never paid. To this day, St. Jude's remains open. But if you walk past the dormitory blocks on a quiet, windless night, you will not hear the peace of sleep. You will hear the eternal search for what was stolen. Coin, coin, coin. She is still walking. She is still waiting.